military shoots down another object, this time over Lake Huron, making this the fourth shoot-down in about 1 week. Joining us now is Lucas Tomlinson with the latest. Lucas.
Well, good afternoon. This is the fourth time in 8 days the U.S. military has shot down an object over North America, certainly unprecedented in the history of this country. We just learned some new details from Michigan Congressman Jack Bergman, of course, a retired Marine Corps three-star general and former CH-46 pilot, which Joey knows all about, of course. He says this a U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jet shot down a mysterious octagonal object over Lake Huron earlier today using a Sidewinder missile. That object flying at 20,000 feet. That's notable because that's much lower than those two objects shot down over the past 2 days. This is now the third object shot down in the past 3 days, guys, starting on Friday when an object was shot down over the north coast of Alaska, as you see here on this chart, right on the northern coast of Alaska. That search for the debris has been hampered by rough weather. It's minus 20 degrees up there. It's very, very difficult. And then, of course, yesterday, another object was blasted out of the sky by a U.S. Air Force F-22 Raptor. It's notable that it was a U.S. Air Force jet shooting this thing down over the skies of Canada and Canadian airspace. That was on joint orders from President Biden and Canada's Prime Minister. And just as we know now, just moments ago, a U.S. Air Force F-16 fighter jet shooting down this object over Lake Huron.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
I had to come on live because I want y'all to see this. I'm not tripping. There is a fucking UFO out here in the middle of the damn sky. Everybody is riding around like they don't see this shit. Like they don't see this shit. So apparently yesterday in Orlando or in Central Florida, you could hear a loud boom from 5 something in the morning all the way from Jacksonville to Orlando. This is what they say. It came from Jacksonville to Orlando yesterday. There was a loud boom at 5 a.m. and they said it was some kind of spaceship that landed that was in orbit for like 909 days, that landed secretly, that don't nobody know about it, the Kennedy Space Center. Now, also, couple weeks ago, I heard in my complex, there was like this loud ass boom. Sounded like a it sounded like a big old it sounded like a spaceship was taking off the roof of the building. Like it was just really loud. Like it was really loud. But there was nothing in the sky. The whole neighborhood came out and was looking. There was nothing in the sky. And then it did it like twice. It was just really, really, really loud. Like it just sounded like it was a ship or something, a plane or something just taking off of the roof, like shaking the cars and everything. Like, you know, it sounded like in the movies, like it would have been something that would have broken glass and caused alarms to go off. It was really loud. There was nothing in the sky, unexplainable. But Disney tried to say that, hey girl, but Disney tried to say that, they had some kind of military or whatever planes that was flying over them. But ain't nobody see no planes. There was no planes outside at all. Now, I've been saying lately, Disney does these fireworks. They do fireworks every night, right? But the last couple of nights, they've been doing fireworks. Like, it sounds like fireworks, but there'll be no fireworks. It just be loud booms, just loud booms. Now, I always see little, like, things in the sky. Like, I've seen, like, the ones that be flying in the daytime, the black UFOs and stuff, the triangular ones. I've seen those in the daytime out here. But this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this. Clearly, I'm the only one that sees this because everybody else is just driving like it's nothing there. But I just wanted to get this on video. I got a couple of pictures, but I just wanted to get this on video so y'all can see this for yourself. Because I know I'm not tripping. That thing is a big ass sphere. It is a big ass sphere. A big ass sphere. This shit is huge.
Well, the scriptures refer to it as a mountain, but I want to say shalom. I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. As you've seen, the first clip that I posted was based on this article here. It says, we're calling them objects, not balloons, for a reason. Pentagon refuses to rule out that objects flying over the U.S. are aliens or extraterrestrials. At the third UFO was shot down after flying near sensitive military sites. Get the fuck out of here. Really? You mean to tell me you can shoot down the chariots right now? The whole time, the chariots of the Most High have been invading Esau's airspace for the longest, and you just decide to shoot 3 of them or 4 of them down in a week. For one thing, you can't hit the chariots, okay? That's one thing. Second of all, you've even admitted out of your own mouth of the military that basically these chariots are thousands of light years ahead of you when it comes to technology. So you didn't shoot down shit, okay? And if you shot something down, it was probably something of your own conjuring or something to that magnitude, because I refuse to believe that you're going to hit an angel, bro. It's impossible. The Most High, you can't shoot down the chariots. Because for one thing, they know the moves you're going to make before you even make it. Okay, they know where you're going to be at before you're going to be at. Okay, they know what you think before you think. Okay, they know everything. Why? Because these are the forces of the Most High. And you got to understand, in third dimensional time or fourth dimensional time, it plays out different. So the story has already been written in the spirit world, or in the fourth dimension, so to speak. So they already can foretell, or the angels already foresee what's going to happen before it happens. So don't you think that they would know if you was going to shoot them down? Don't you think they would know to avoid that or to evade it? But this is just Esau. His pride is getting out of control, man, because for the simple fact, he feels that he's not going to go down, or he's not going to be touched. But the scriptures say different, man. Okay, and it's a lot of strange shit happening, just like this young lady said in this video. You know, this is a chariot in the background, and what proves that is because you can see the light at the top. And you can say, well, that's just a cloud, you know, that's just a cloud. The light in it from the sky. But if that's the case, then why is the sky around her like a reddish hue? Which shows you that it's nighttime. So that's a ship right there, man. And she's basically bringing it out. She says she's seen them, she's heard them. And the military declassified them back in 2021. So we're in those times, brothers, man. Okay, and this proves it. You know, and as time progresses, things are gonna get more strange. They're gonna get more weird. Things are gonna get more ominous. Things are gonna get more clairvoyant, so to speak. Okay, because you have to understand that in the time of the end, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, he's pretty much gonna release the fourth dimensional beings on this place to wreak havoc on you people, man. And the angels are fourth dimensional beings, man. They're from the spirit world. Okay, I was reading something today too that ever since they opened up CERN, there's been a lot of crazy shit happening. Like people reporting seeing shadow people, and you know, cars coming on the road. Like you'll walk across the street and all of a sudden a car would come out of nowhere. And that's happened to me before too. I mean, you can literally look both ways and all of a sudden a fucking car come. You know, which that probably has nothing to do with anything, but just the fact that people are thinking that some type of portal has been opened, or some type of spiritual entities have been walking around the planet. And I can believe it, because when you go into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapters, it goes into basically that fateful night in Egypt when the Most High released those apparitions, man. So people, this is not far from reality, you know, and the fact that they're coming out with movies like Nope, you know, The Day After Tomorrow, you know, these things are basically written in the scriptures. So as time progresses, things are going to get more stranger things, you know. But anyway, this is an article. It says the Pentagon has refused to root out the possibility that a slew of unidentified objects shot out the sky in recent days could be linked to extraterrestrials, which extraterrestrial just means basically supernatural, or like a superhuman, so to speak. Like when you go into Corinthians, the 15th chapter, it goes into the body's terrestrial and the body's extraterrestrial, which terrain means of the earth. Okay, so when you have an extraterrestrial body, that means that it can survive in outer space or in the heavens, in the different dimensions. Okay, because those are upgraded bodies. And the fact the bodies we're going to receive once we get transferred or translated or once we get taken up out of here. Okay, and I can't wait for that day. But it says a U.S. fighter jet shot down an unidentified object, sure, Esau, over Lake Huron on Sunday on orders from President Joe Busy. It said it was the third such downing in 3 days and the latest military strike in extraordinary chain of events over U.S. airspace that Pentagon officials believe has no peacetime precedent. But if that's the case, don't you think he would have been shooting these things down a long time ago? Okay, like he got that gimmick, okay, that mock site, which is known as Area 51, which that's a government psyop, man. That shit ain't real, man. Area 51. Like you shot down a craft and then all of a sudden you investigated the craft and you found fucking ET in there. And you've been doing all these experiments on these aliens from different planets and different galaxies. Get out of here, man. That's folly. But it says, I'll let the intel community and the counterintelligence community figure that out. It says, I haven't ruled out anything, Varick said, but at this point, we continue to assess the threat or every threat or potential threat unknown that it approaches North America with an attempt to identify it. But it says the objects detected Sunday was described by defense officials as unmanned octagonal structures, it says, with potential surveillance capabilities and strings attached to it. You ever heard of a spy drone, motherfucker? It says a F-16 fighter jet shot it down from around 20,000 feet over the Great Lakes at 2:42 p.m. But it says, but after the two other crafts were destroyed over Alaska and Canada on Friday and Saturday. But it says a Chinese balloon was shot down on February 4th over South Carolina, meaning the U.S. Air Force has now downed 4 objects in just 8 days. All right, now it goes timeline of recent UFO sightings over U.S. airspace. And they give you they give you a whole breakdown of it. Wednesday, February 1st. So is it a Chinese balloon or is it a chariot? Okay, because it says Chinese balloon is spotted above Montana. This is not being referred to as a UFO, okay? It was identified as a balloon, okay? But Chinese balloon shut down off the coast of South Carolina after having drifted over the country. Thursday, February 9th, which was literally a few days ago, it says the first UFO was detected off the coast of northern Alaska. UFO shot down over Dead Horse, Alaska. Second UFO shot down over Mayo, Yukon, Canada. All right, and it says FAA shuts down airspace over Montana, citing another possible UFO, but NORAD claims it was a radar abnormality. Okay, so this man is proud as hell. Okay, shooting down chariots. Yeah, right. I really doubt that, bro. All right, because when the Lord comes back, man, he's gonna smoke you devils, man, like that. It's not gonna even be a fight. Okay, your technology is nowhere near advanced and capable of the Most High's armies. Okay, and you've admitted it when you declassified it. So this is a lie, man. Okay, whatever you shot down, it wasn't that. But that's Esau, attempted to be the Most High. But this is Zechariah 5:1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Okay, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. And it says, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof are 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that go forth over the face of the earth. And everyone that stealeth should be cut off as on to this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth should be cut off as on that side according to it. Okay, and I will bring it forth, says the Lord of hosts, and it should enter to the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name. And it should remain in the midst of his house, and it should consume it with the timber thereof and with the stones thereof, man, okay? Because, the house of the thief represents America. Like I always go back to the example when you look at the cover of the newest Independence Day movie. I think it's called Independence Resurgence. Basically, when the angels came back to the earth, basically they show you that UFO or that chariot over the continent of America, which represents the scripture. Okay, it says this is the curse that go forth over the face of the whole earth. And why is it a curse? Because it's against the so-called white man in this establishment. Okay, and this is the curse that's going to put a end and bring destruction upon Babylon the Great, right along with the nuclear missiles. Okay, because what the missiles don't get, the chariots can just shoot. The chariots can just laser the fuck out of this place, man. But the Most High is going to use nukes as well as the chariots, because I speculate during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, when it stated that fire and brimstone came from heaven, I'm speculating that the chariots destroyed that place. Because remember, the Most High sent the angels to Lot and his family before he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Like the men that came in and supped with him, He was like, look, man, get your family and get the hell up out of here. We're getting ready to level this place. Okay. But nonetheless, man, the chariots, it's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they're very ominous, man. Okay, that's not a fun sight when you don't understand what it is. It's very disturbing, okay, because the way they move, the fourth dimension, the way that they're moved, they're sifting in and out of the portals and so forth. Like they had one that was underwater. It travels faster than the speed of light underwater. Just imagine what it can do outside of the water, okay, because I saw a video years ago when Esau was displaying these chariots. He was like chasing, I think it was like an F-16 jet, and he was chasing the chariot through the air, and the chariot hit the water and took off on him, you know. So it sucks to be you Edomites, man. And all right, and I say that it sucks to be you Edomites, to have a force, to be up against a force like that you can't possibly fathom, okay, because you can't fathom the power of the Most High, man. And knowing that the chariots are connected to the men of the Lord, the prophets, that's another thing that he has going for him. So he's frightened. He's frightened. He's terrified, and there's nothing he can do about it. All right. And it says here, and I will bring it forth, says the Lord of hosts, and it should enter to the house of the thief, man. And they've been here. Okay, they've already scoped out your kingdom. The chariots are here, man. Okay, they caught one last year, just literally floating through the neighborhood in Kansas City. So they're here. They're everywhere, man. Okay, so there ain't no, well, we gotta catch them or bring them into. No, the chariots they already in your shit. Okay, and when they appear, I mean, they literally above us now. You just can't see them because they have a cloaking mechanism. And that's the scary part about it, because these things can be as huge as cities, and they right there in plain sight, just watching this shit go down. And when they start to show themselves in real time, you people are going to literally give up the spirit, because the scriptures say that those that, roughly paraphrasing it, it goes into those men's hearts fell in them of fear for the things that are coming on the earth. Well, this is part of those things, those phenomenons. All right. And it says here, a spokesperson said on Sunday night, we will remain vigilant, but the operations last week have been successful in taking down potential threats. It says the Pentagon added, it says this path and altitude raised concerns, including that it can be a hazard to civil aviation. But the local chosen for this shoot down afforded us the opportunity to avoid impact to people on the ground while improving chances for the breed's recovery. But it says there were no indications of any civilians hurt or otherwise affected. So what he may do, he may go and conjure up some type of falsified information about so-called debris and all that other shit. And then, you know, he may, hey, we got footage of the aircraft we shot down. Same thing like with the Area 51, man. He did the same thing with that. That's why it says here, some objects flying in ways they don't yet understand, and some in space and underwater, officials revealed. So if you don't understand these things, how the hell are you shooting it down? You can't even begin to fathom it. And it says here, the head of the government UFO office, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, revealed that they have received reports from intelligence and military officers and other agencies of unidentified objects, not only in the air, but also underwater and even in space, and emphasized the DOD's cooperation with NASA to try to identify the UFOs, man. You see, so it's leaked documents now, and this is well known, and they had to declassify because everybody got cell phones. Okay, we've seen them. Okay, so there you go, E. But anyway, let's get another precept here. This is the book of Ezekiel 1, and I'm gonna start at verses. And this proves that you can't shoot them down. Okay, because it says here, Ezekiel 1, and I'm gonna start at verses 10. It says, and as for the likeness of their faces, they four had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they had four the face of an ox on the left side, and they also had four had the face of an eagle. And thus were their faces and their wings, and stretched upward, and two wings every one were joined to one another, and two covered their bodies. And they went every one straight forward. And it says, whither the spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not where they went. So these things, they don't operate in third dimensional gravity. Okay, it ain't like a vehicle or car that you gotta turn the wheel left for the car to fucking turn and you may flip over. No, these things can, okay, like almost like pinballs almost, man. That's a good analogy. Like if you ever play that game, like that pinball game, you smacking the ball up and down, you can hit it that way, go that way. Okay, and that's kind of how the chariots are. Okay, because like I said, there's no particular third dimensional navigation system in these chariots. They're far advanced. You know, And it says, and as for the likeness of the living creature, their appearance was like the burnings of coals of fire, and the appearance of lamps. And it went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. Okay, and the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning, meaning they were quick as lightning, man. I mean, just as lightning flashes, lightning strikes. That's how quick these chariots are. So how the fuck did you shoot it down? That's still a question that remains to be seen. How the hell did you shoot something down that you can't possibly catch? Okay, that's why it says the appearance of the flash of lightning, man. That's how quick it was. So you're not shooting down nothing, E. That's a damn lie, and you know it is. This is just to make you feel better because you know E, the Most High is punking your ass, man. Okay, you checkmate, bro. You checkmate. All right, and this proves that you can't do nothing with him either. This is the book of Revelation 12. And I'm going to start at verses 12, and I'm going to start at verses 7. And it says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought his angels. That's talking about the UFOs or the chariots going against Esau's F-16 pilots and fighter jets and his most advanced weaponry. But the Most High is going to overcome that easily. That's why it says here, and prevailed not. Neither was there place found for any more in heaven. Okay, and it's not talking about the fourth dimensional heaven. Okay, it's not talking about a war in a war in the Most High's domain. Okay, out in the fourth dimension. No, it's not talking about that. It's talking about an actual war right in our skies, right in our atmosphere, or right above our atmosphere in space, or in the cusp between the earth realm and space. Okay, the first heaven being the earth's atmosphere, the firmament. Okay, the second heaven being outer space. The third heaven being the fourth dimension, which is the realm of realms, which is where the Most High dwells. Okay, this is not going to take place where the Most High dwells, but right here between earth and outer space. Okay, and it says here, and the great dragon was cast out, and that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was casted out into the earth, and the angels were casted out with him, man. Okay, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh, and the power of his anointed. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is casted down, which accused them before the Most High day and night. So you cast it down, man. Okay, you already being plagued by these visions of these chariots and actual seeing them. Okay, he's picking them up right all the time. That's why a lot of times after chariot sightings or massive chariot sightings, here come Esau with the military. They flying over the skies, hoovering the fly spaces. All right. This is Revelation 19, and I'm going to start at verses 19 and where am I at? Yep, 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and righteousness does he judge. Okay? And that's the point. That white horse going into the chariot Yahweh Shai is coming back on. And it says here, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. Okay? And it says, and he was clothed in a distrel, dipped in blood, and his name was called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. Okay, and that's going into the chariots. And it says, and out of his mouth goeth the sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and should rule them with the rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of the almighty power, man. Okay, so Esau, you done, bro. You can forget about it. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and the Bible ball. Shalom.